Hi, I'm Bry Cox with BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. For today's question, it's from a photographer on lighting, and they're asking, how do you get such soft light? And I don't know exactly what image they're thinking about or what they're talking about, but lighting, lighting is very specific, right? You have control over a lot of things. You have control over white balance. You have control over quality. Quality means how sharp or how soft the light is. You also have control over direction, you have control over intensity, and the truth is we need to take control of all of those things. So sometimes I actually use sharp light, and there's a lot of images on my website, images especially when I'm doing like fashion, things like that. I might want a really crisp light on people's faces, very specular. Other times I may want it really soft. I just did a beauty campaign shoot, and the women were older, but it's their company and they want a very beauty look shot. Like this is their photo for all of their advertising of these two women kind of leaning together their faces. And so I did it on white with a real beauty look, but guess what? Because they're older and their biggest concern was wrinkles, I shot it very soft. So in that may be a good example of how to get really soft light. So in this case, I have with me here a great big softbox. This is an Elinchrom Octabank, but I've adapted it for my pro photos because that's what I shoot in my studio, pro photos. So before it used to be hooked up to my Elinchroms. So the idea here is, one, a softbox gives you a very soft light if you use it right. I go into all of this stuff in my lighting workshop in far more detail. It's actually streaming for members on my website or as a DVD. It's about 3 hours long at my website, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. But let me give you 2 tips here to how to get softer light. One is to use some kind of a modifier that softens light, shooting through something, in this case like this softbox. And then the second thing is, the closer the light, the softer, the further away, the sharper. So I can determine, hey, do I want what kind of a look in my mind? Okay, now how do I get that? And a lot of that comes from, one, having some direction and instruction on how to use your lights. And I'm not talking like getting it from some goofy video online or getting it far down the stream. You know, like a lot of times I look at knowledge as like a mountain stream, right? Like where are you getting your information? You're getting it at the bottom of the mountain or the top of the mountain near the spring. So the best idea is to get it as close as you can from somebody who really, really knows, like myself. I'm a master photographer about 10 times over. I might be closer to the spring than, say, some YouTube video, which is, who knows what that water's been going through by the time it gets down to that guy, okay? You might get some good tips, but the idea is, all right, so anyway, the closer it is, so oftentimes I will have this light, if you're the photographer and you are lighting me, right, it might be this close, or it might be this close, or I may have it at the back of the room, or I may even have this thing torn off. I may have any number of things. The idea is the closer the light, the better. And all of these various kind of modifiers also soften the light. There's also comes into it angling and feathering, which was really going to be a big thing. So if you're at all interested in this, check out my full course at my website, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. All right, America, send me your questions. Check out my website, check out my courses, and until next time, America.